except when you eat garbage. That's disgusting.
Mom, your arms got skinny. Huh?
Good afternoon. My name is Daniel Rueda. Today I'll be talking to you about responsibility, teamwork, independence, character development, and how some teens might not know the benefits of these skills before entering adulthood. There isn't much time nor proper place outside school for a teen to learn these skills, which is why I think working retail part-time is an important skill and beneficial life experience for teens to learn. Working part-time retail creates, develops, and advances character. It teaches teens important life skills that can influence them to make good decisions in the workplace and life. One of these traits being responsibility. With a part-time retail job, teens learn to be more responsible and more mature as a result. It teaches them to stay hygienic, stay clean and organized, and teaches them to always be early and on time. It allows them to learn independence. As indicated by an article on workethic.org, teens build self-confidence while developing their responsibility. Building character is important to a teen, but part of developing character is interacting with friends and peers. Leading to my next point, interaction with people. A part-time retail job allows for teens to communicate with customers, coworkers, and managers on a weekly basis. It allows teenagers to participate in groups or teams, furthering their social skills and abilities to work in teams and with other people. With developed social skills, teens also get introduced to the real world where they have the opportunity to meet experienced adults who are responsible, know the benefits of keeping a safe, secure job, and know how the real world works. Interacting with coworkers, managers, and customers is very important to a teen. It not only advances character development, but is one of the many benefits to working retail part-time. Teens learn to manage money in store both as a cashier and while managing their paychecks. As a cashier, they'll learn to tender money by receiving cash from customers and handing out change. And through their paychecks, they learn to balance their money, balancing their income and their outcome, and learning how to balance their spending and by budgeting. Florence Lewis of JobCluster.com highlights a few reasons for why he thinks teens should start working at an early age. Responsibility, as mentioned before, understanding the value of money, polishing their skills, knowing the real world, and starting to prepare a resume for future job applications. Teens remain physically active either by going around the store returning unwanted items to their designated shelf locations, by roaming around the back to return damaged items to their designated backroom locations, and by going outside to collect shopping carts from the parking lot. And arguably the most important one is providing service to the community and to customers. Having the power to provide service allows for teens to develop a sense of happiness, knowing that they have the power to provide, knowing that they have the power to make customers and the community feel happy, knowing that they have their groceries done, knowing that they can trust retail locations with their groceries and their money, and knowing that they have the power to make customers want to return back to buy more groceries. However, it's important to discuss the unfortunate possible downsides that may come with working retail part-time as a teenager. Tracy Morgan from TeenLife.com says that one of the more common downsides is stress on a teenager. The stress comes from balancing school and work, and for a teen, especially at their age, it can be very stressful on their self-esteem and on their mindset. Because they need to balance school and work, it can cause them to be stressed out, be burned out from so much work, and it can just be very dangerous in general. An article on MiddleEarth.com also shared their concern for stress on some teens, namely the possibility of experiencing a toxic and unhealthy work environment. This can come in the form of a bad boss, a bad manager, bad coworkers, or just an unhealthy work environment in general. This could result in the teen perceiving a very negative outlook on the work industry, and at an early age, it's not a very good thing because they have the ability to lead the next generation of workers, and it can also be troubling on their personal lives. Jalen T. Mortimer of the U.S. National Library of Medicine discussed the reasoning that part-time jobs may get in the way of extracurricular after-school activities. Although these downsides may be discouraging, the positives highly outweigh the negatives. One of the positives is learner responsibility. As a teen, learner responsibility outside of school is a highly valuable trait and skill that every teen should learn before entering adulthood. Morgan is correct. Balancing school and work can be very stressful for a teen, but teens can discuss their schedules with their managers at work to try and figure out a schedule to see what works best and what doesn't. And I find the Publix managers, especially customer service, to be very understanding of teenagers and their possible limited time outside of work. Teens can avoid a toxic work environment either by quitting and seeking another job, or seeking support from their parents to look for a better solution. Mortimer is right in saying that part-time jobs can interfere with extracurricular activities and school. I must agree with the point. It's difficult to balance all three of these together. However, it's not mandatory for a teen to work part-time retail if they're already occupied with school. After all, education is more important. However, I see working retail part-time to be a very beneficial and important life experience that has the potential to be very important in a teen's motivation for future career choices. To recap what we talked about, working a part-time retail job can teach teens to be more responsible, more hygienic, physically active, learn to listen to directions, be able to work in teams, interact with people with different backgrounds, and get a first-hand view of the work experience at an early age. In conclusion, teens can learn many important life skills while working at a part-time retail job. Although it may not work out for everybody, I hope you begin to share my views, and I highly encourage all teens to give it a shot and start a job and enter adulthood.